Today we want to study the fall of man. Now we all know that the world is a really beautiful world. Evidence of beauty is around us, and yet it's been messed up. If you really want to see the world in its original condition, if that's possible, you need to almost be a deep sea diver, go to the deepest ocean where men have not been yet to mess it up, where pollution has not dirtied it, and you will see amazing God's creation. People travel all the world to see mountains, but they're deforested, to go to beautiful beaches, but they're polluted. So really we can sense the world was beautiful, but something has gone wrong and things are getting worse. So what are we going to blame? Who are we going to blame? Most people will blame things around us. Say, why so much immorality? Women. Internet. That's what makes us corrupt. Why so much cheating and corruption in government? Too much money. They're printing too much money. So we blame things. But the Bible tells us the real problem is not the things around us. The real problem is us. So the question is, how did God created become like us? The book in Genesis chapter 3 begins with a very strange creature called the serpent. Now, when you think of serpent, you think of snake slithering on the ground. But later we'll find out this serpent actually was a reptile. In the creation story in Genesis 1, it tells us God made three types of animals. The beasts, that's the wild ones. The cattle, that's the domesticated animals. And the creeping thing or the crawling thing, that's a reptile. So this serpent in Genesis chapter 3 verse 1 is really a reptile. And this reptile can speak. So likely it is possessed by Satan. What do we learn? What's the first seed truth we learn here? Satan exists, and Satan doesn't want you to know he exists. He likes to do things behind the scenes. He likes to work through agents so that his real, awful, threatening presence is not known to men. So what happens is Satan used a serpent. He possessed serpent. And in our time, we think of a serpent is a snake, kind of scary. But in the time of the Garden of Eden, every animal was a friend of Adam and of Eve. So the serpent is like a pet dog coming, it's like the serpent coming along and talking to Eve. And Eve, of course, doesn't know that serpents cannot talk. So she listens to this serpent as if it's a friend giving her advice. So here we see a very important truth that we must all know. We must know that the devil, Satan, disguises himself as an angel of light. That's his method of working. That's found in 2 Corinthians 11:14. So what does Satan do nowadays? He doesn't use serpents because we know a serpent cannot talk. He can use your friend to suggest things to you. He could use your favorite program to pollute you. He could use your favorite elite school that you go to corrupt you. He could use any of these agents. So it's very, very important that we understand the first tactic of Satan. And most people in the world say, there's no such thing as the devil. It's just a figment, it's a cartoon figure, He has succeeded. And even most Christians, they walk around as if Satan is like some faraway place in some evil temple somewhere or some evil place somewhere. And they don't realize that Satan walks around through the earth seeking whom he may deceive. All right, so I hope today you understand, even where you're sitting right now, surrounded by things you like, any of those could be an agent that Satan will use to pollute your mind.